The moment my palm connected with Pei Yan's face, a barrage of bullet comments exploded before my eyes. Faster than the slap came Sister's scent. Satisfaction. Sister thinks Pei Yan will change, but she's actually rewarding him. Sister, don't hit him, hit me. I froze. What the hell? Where were these things coming from? They looked like game comments or live-stream chat, scrolling past my eyes in a steady stream. I reached out to swat them away but touched nothing. Pei Yan was still standing in front of me, head bowed, his shirt a mess from my earlier scolding. His lean collarbones were exposed. He was 18 now, no longer the scrawny 14-year-old kid from back then. At over 180 centimeters tall, I had to stand on my toes to slap his face. Sister, his voice was hoarse. Please don't be angry anymore. I stared at the bullet comments and kicked him again. He looked up at me, eyes bloodshot, and churning deep within them was possessiveness and excitement. TSK. Good thing Pei Yan's clothes are loose. It's hiding. That. He's going to go home and use Sister's clothes again. My gaze dropped involuntarily. Oh, he really was. He trushed to my face. I took a deep breath, pushed the absurd comments aside for now, and forced my voice cold. Pei Yan, who said you could buy me such an expensive birthday gift? His lashes lowered. I earned the money from my part-time job. I saved for a long time. My heart softened a little. I'd been supporting the two of us through freelance work all these years. Times weren't easy, but they weren't impossible either. Pei Yan had always been sensible, never spending more than he had to. He'd saved up to buy me a gift. I probably shouldn't have yelled at him. Don't do it again. Hey, and I'm definitely going to buy Sister another ridiculously expensive gift next time. If Sister keeps being this soft-hearted, she'll end up being forced into love by Pei Yan one day. Why does Sister saying one sentence make Pei Yan look like he's about to explode? The comments kept getting more ridiculous. Before I could react, Pei Yan's raspy voice cut in. Is Sister done scolding me? I'm going to take a shower now. If he doesn't wash up soon. Little does the female lead know that Pei Yan uses her underwear every single time. TSK. If the female lead finds out, she'll hate Pei Yan. What's it? My expression turned cold. The bathroom door closed, and soon the sound of running water filled the apartment. I stood outside and listened carefully. Running water and stifled, labored breathing. Nearly 40 minutes later, Pei Yan finally came out. He had a towel wrapped around his lower body, his face still flushed with lingering color. Droplets of water traced paths down his abdominal muscles. The moment he saw me, his throat bobbed in a swallow. His voice was so hoarse it barely sounded human. Sister, why are you here? I snatched the crumpled black lace from his clenched fist. My bra. Pei Yan, who taught you to do this? He lowered his head, ears red enough to bleed. Sister, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I always end up like this. No one ever taught me about any of that stuff, so I just figured it out on my own. I paused. This really was my fault. Pei Yan's parents died in a car accident when he was 10, and I took him in when he was 14. All these years, there hadn't been any adult men in his life. I'd been busy with work and school, focused on his academics, and completely neglected the fact that he was going through puberty. But he was 18 now. Did that still count as puberty? I frowned, pushing down the inexplicable heat rising inside me. You're right. That was my oversight. Face burning. I ordered him some male hygiene products online and sent him a Cloud Doctor link. Don't use my clothes anymore. Watch this instead. Sister is literally handing herself over to the wolf. Pei Yan, what do I do when my older sister, who's a total straight girl, feels nothing for me? I looked at Pei Yan. Is there a girl you like at school? He hesitated. Yes. I let out a breath of relief. Bring her home sometime. You can date in college. If you need money, just ask me. Okay, sister. I ruffled his hair, Good boy. Go study. The little brother is going to open the cloud drive and study now. Little does sister know that all the educational content in that cloud drive is going to be used on her one day. What complete nonsense. It was all made up. I had raised Pei-Yan since he was a kid. There was no way he had feelings for me. 3. While on a date with Shu Mu. I couldn't stop thinking about Pei-Yan. Shu Mu, when guys. You know, do they ever use a family member's clothes? He blinked. No? Usually, we just watch videos. I nodded gravely. Good, correcting Pei-Yan today had been the right call. Halfway through the date, as we passed a hotel, Shu Mu looked at me shyly. Do you want to go upstairs and rest for a bit? We were both adults. It would have been normal for something to happen. So we got a room. He just started unbuttoning my shirt when my phone rang. Hey, Yan. Shu Mu, hold on. I need to take this. He took a deep breath. Can you not? It's always hold on with him. Sorry, I have to. When Pei-Yan was 15, debt collectors from a distant relative's dad had shown up at our apartment. I'd been busy working part-time jobs back then. I missed over a dozen of his calls. When I finally got home, he was still clutching his phone, covered in bruises with nothing but defiance in his eyes. Sister, I didn't let them touch anything in the house. We'd held each other and cried for a long time that day. After that, I answered every single call he made. Sister, I'm so hot. It hurts so much. Am I going to die? I'm coming home right now. I stood up and started fixing my clothes. Shu Mu caught my wrist. Linwu, you going to go see your little brother again? Every single time. He's always going to be more important to you than anyone else. Linwu, let's break up. He exhaled heavily. Fine. For when I got home, Pei-Yan was curled on the sofa shirtless. His exposed skin flushed an unnatural red. I went over and touched him. He was burning up. Hey, Yan. Wake up. He grabbed me like I was his lifeline, completely unconscious. Sister. So hot. Want a hug? Heian is so pitiful. He took an ice-cold shower to punish himself because he thought he was disgusting. Heian didn't do anything wrong. He just wants to be sister's good boy. Sister, please love him. Guilt crushed my chest. I stayed up with him all night and finally fell asleep on the sofa. Completely exhausted. When I woke up, I was pressed tightly against his chest. Two people squeezed onto the narrow couch. His chin was resting on the top of my head, and his arm around my waist was cinched tight. Heian, let go of me. He opened his eyes, looked at me in a daze for a long moment, then pressed a soft kiss to my forehead and closed his eyes again. Heian thinks he's still dreaming. Heian, when you wake up, you're going to regret not going for the lips. You're already this close, just do it already. I patted his face twice. Heian, let me go. He snapped, fully awake, and his first word was an apology. Sister, I'm sorry. I instinctively pressed my palm to his forehead, feeling better now. He looked down at me, eyes heavy. A little better. Heian is actually terrified too. He's afraid of losing sister. He doesn't dare rock the boat. Who would have guessed that this story has a bad ending? Pei-Yan drowned saving a little girl after sister marries Shu Mu. Linwu doesn't realize she actually loved Pei-Yan the most until years later, but by then it's already too late. No, upstairs. Sister, look at our adorable little brother. Younger man are superior. I stared at the bullet comments. My mind went blank. Knock, knock, knock. Shu Mu stood at the door with a massive bouquet of flowers. Can you forgive me? I was wrong last time. Let's take it slow. Let's get back together. Linwu, don't get back together with him. This guy is going to cheat on you later. The second male led only wants to get back together because he's bitter he never got to sleep with her. I looked at the comments. I already knew my answer. Shu Mu, we're done. I've realized I never liked you in the first place. I closed the door and turned to look at the young man in front of me. All the boyish naivety had been stripped away. He radiated masculine energy now. Sister, you broke up with him? Was it because of me? I cut him off. Payan, do you like me? His hands clenched. His voice came out raspy. No. I'm crying. The puppy won't admit he likes Linwoo. He's afraid she'll hate him. Then I heard him see the girl I told you about last time. The one I like. I'll bring her to meet you tomorrow, sister. 5 Payan actually brought the girl to meet me. She was pretty in an understated way. And importantly, she looked really good standing next to him. Why is she here every time? I just want to see sister and Yan. Payan is truly in love. He can't take his eyes off sister for a second. Sister still doesn't know Payan is putting on a show for her. Does she? The puppy is most afraid of losing sister. I looked at Payan. He was indeed looking at me. But he looked away quickly, turning to put food on the girl's plate. Shumu put cilantro in my bowl. I paused. I don't eat cilantro. The next second, Payan had already reached over and picked it out of my bowl and into his own. You don't even know she doesn't eat cilantro? That's my protective husband, King, right there. Payan knows sister so well. He knows every single one of her preferences. Shumu's face turned purple. When I marry your sister, we'll see how I discipline you. Payan fell silent. He didn't know whether I'd get back together with Shumu or not. According to the bullet comments, in the original timeline, I did. The puppy is heartbroken. Sister, whatever you do, don't get back together with Shumu. There's no happy ending there. After we left the restaurant, the girl went home first. Heavy rain was pouring outside. Payan ran in with an umbrella. A comment flashed across my eyes. If Linwoo gets together with Payan, he won't die, will he? My foot slipped on the wet ground, and I twisted my ankle. Sister. Payan rushed over and scooped me into his arms. The familiar scent of soap enveloped me, soothing something deep in my chest. On his back, I stared at the bullet comment. So as long as I got together with Payan, he wouldn't die. Right? Ticks outside. The rain pounded against the windows of our small rental apartment. Payan knelt in front of me, rubbing my swollen ankle with warm hands. He rubbed carefully, sweat beading on his forehead, betraying his tension. The heat of his fingers traveled across my skin. I watched his throat bob in a swallow. Payan, help me. He froze, then lowered himself in front of me, his ears burning red. I'd never let him touch me before. Payan? He looked up, eyes dazed. The bullet comments went wild. Drink some chrysanthemum tea to cool down. Kid, this is what I call a hot-blooded young man. Payan stiffened, slapped one hand over his lap, and shot up off the floor. He ran into the bathroom. An hour passed. He still hadn't come out. What are you doing in there? No answer. I opened the door and walked in. He was standing under the shower head, cold water blasting down, and in his hand my clothes. The comments exploded. Little Payan. What are you doing? This is the kind of adult content I sign up for. 7 we were both adults. I acted like nothing had happened, but my face was on fire. I'm sorry, sister. He stood in front of me, head bowed, repentant. Come here. He hesitated, then stepped closer. My phone rang. They needed me to handle something. I glanced at Payan and left quickly. In the car, the comments kept scrolling. The puppy is sad, but he won't say it. The puppy is secretly crying again. I felt a surge of agitation. I called my best friend Susu. Susu, what do I actually feel for him? Are you talking about Payan? Do you really think you see him as just a little brother? You've raised him all these years. Are you telling me you've never had any improper thoughts? I thought about it carefully. His image filled my mind standing naked in front of me. My throat went dry, but I've raised him since he was little. I really do just see him as a little brother. Stop lying, Linwoo. Your eyes don't lie. I drank more than I should have and the room started spinning. Whether I saw him as a little brother or not, I had to get together with him. If I didn't get together with him, he would die. The comments suddenly shifted. Why would the female lead say that? Did she see the bullet comments? Female lead, if you can see the bullet comments, blank once. I snapped, fully sober. I gulped down a few more mouthfuls of wine and said nothing else. 8 when I got home. Heian was wearing an apron, cleaning. Sister, he said softly when he saw me. The floor was still wet. My foot slipped, and I went flying forward.